Well, welcome back to the channel. It's DIYManBelfast. Yesterday, my wife purchased a tiller. We're going to be doing some planting of some potatoes and whatnot. So there's quite a bit of garden to cut up or till, I suppose, is the. As you can see, I'm not garden motivated or knowledgeable about it in any way. So we're sort of finding our feet here. We're just doing wee bits and pieces. So she's been wanting to plant potatoes and vegetables for a long time. So we're sort of moving into this era now that this is exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to do a wee unboxing of the tiller, and stick with me and I'll run through it bits and pieces. Well folks, bought this from Screwfix. And you're not going to see me for a while. At the minute it's just going to be all about the tiller. So it comes in a box like this here. It's an 800 watts electric. You get an instruction manual. It's if anything, it's a bit basic, so I've already taken the bits out of the box. So I'll set that to the side, and then I'm going to plunk myself down, and then hopefully I'll be able to run through the bits and pieces which we have. So a quick look at the instruction manual. There's about 16 different parts on it which you need to put together. Well, I think it'll probably just end up as about 8 or 9. So go on it. A wee doggy's trying to get in here. Have to keep him out. So we're through the instructions as best as possible, and of course this is for the UK, so it's electric and won't have a connection on from the lead from this to your power lead, a bit like a grass cutter, a mower. So this is all connected in. It comes in basically about 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3 different parts, so it's going to be quite easy to set up. So we'll put the instructions to the side for a second. This is your main motor. It has your tiller or your tills. I think that's what it's called at the bottom. I know nothing about these here. This is a quick unboxing and putting it together. If you've never put one together, then I'm going to show you how to. That's probably my qualifications and that's about the head of it. So you have your lower bar, and then you have your middle bar, and then of course your upper bar. Your upper bar has your controls on it. It's probably easier to lay it on the ground and then to put it together. Now in the package you get 4 washers. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4th one sitting around here somewhere. 4. You get 4 coach bolts, and that's for joining the arms together, or the handles together. And then you get 4 of these. I take it they're for locking it together, but they also are for winding your cable around it when you're finished. So let's try not to make this as long as possible. So your middle bar, your coach bolt, that come in from the inside out, and when you put it in, you will find there's only one way for it to go in, but there's 2 different. Obviously it'll fit in till it becomes flush, and then you take the washer. I wasn't sure where to put the washer, if it was in between the lower bar and the next bar coming in, or the hand bar, but after looking at it, staring at it for a few moments, I discovered that I think that it goes on the outside, and then you screw these to it. It has a locking nut inside it, so as you're tightening this up to the side, it just squeezes the washer down and makes it a wee bit makes it firm. So just sliding them in, put your washers on over the top, and they'll go in facing, they're like a half, one side is flat, the other is like a moon shape. The moon shape goes in against the arm, that way it's able to go close to the arm, and obviously it gets tightened up then. So it is very, very straightforward. It is easy enough to put through. For me, it was just trying to figure out what way the washers went. So you just tighten them up. You can do it quite easy, obviously, and they point down the way, and I think the ones at the top must point up the way. I'm gonna move this down a wee bit, just so I can get it all in camera. And then this is your controls. So this houses your on off, and of course now there is a button on the front of it there. I think you either have to have this started, so I think you have to push that and pull that, and that will give you power. You can pull that and nothing happens. When you consider this is a very dangerous piece of equipment, not to be used by anybody with no sense, and always make sure that you're wearing the right safety equipment. I've got my work boots on and all the rest of it, but you need to be careful that you don't cut the cable, that you're not looking somewhere else. If in any doubt, don't use. It is a dangerous piece of equipment. So taking your upper controls again, just slide your coach bolts through. Again, they will only go in one way. They'll go in two ways, but it'll not be flush. If you want it flush, you will know. It's straightforward. As you push it in, you'll be able to see it goes one way. Now, by looking at the coach bolt, you can see that it may be hard to see from where you are. It's like an oval shape. Looking at it from the oval shape, it goes up and down. So the thinner part goes on the arm here, and the oval part fits up that way. Put your washers on. You're sure that's where they go, and if they're not, I'm sure you can tell me and I can rectify this. So as I said, these have inside these plastic yellow or orange tighteners. They are a nylon locking nut. And then that will make your handle firm. I think I'll take it back one. Just that obviously don't really matter, because the other side is going to be. So I'm keeping one side up so I can wrap my cord around. You also get these little things here. They're open at one end. They're for clipping your cable to your. Bring it back in. Let's see if I can turn this around and show you. So there's your cable. That is your little cable clips there. Okay. And your cable will sit in the narrow part, and your bar will grip into the wider part. So I'm going to try and clip this to the, I suppose, the inside or the back, because I don't want to. And as you clip it on, that will hold your cable. And that's basically, so taking your cable, that is basically it. So that's the tiller. The front part here, I believe, is an air vent, and you are supposed to clean that. So I'll have to work out how to open this all up without taking everything off, because I wouldn't want to damage it in any way. So, but it does say in the instructions that you have to clean the air vent, and it did show it along here. So unless that pops back or pops off, there is a carrying handle, and that's the carrying handle there. You can, my right arm. So that's the carrying handle. When you were doing it something like that, it makes things a lot lighter to carry. You could, I suppose, carry it that way, but that way it seems to be more balanced. So I'll put this to work tomorrow and see how it all pans out. There's no point in me connecting this over. It did say in the book now that it was approximately 93 or 97 decibels of a noise. So it's obviously going to be fairly noisy, and always read the instructions and follow the manual. So I'm going to start it up. So like I said, there's the wee button at the front of it, and that wee button is also orange. So pull in the lever. You can see me, I'm pulling the lever now. There's nothing happening. But if I, with one hand, press in the button and then pull the long lever, so that's it. Let me unplug it. There's not a gradual speed, it's just on and then straight off. So I'm going to show you the part of the garden which I'm going to be tilling. So I am looking forward to this. It should make life a lot easier for us. Thanks for watching. Well, this is a little bit of garden that I'm going to be tilling. So I've used that hand tiller there just to create that wee bit where the pot is. And it was quite difficult, so I'm going to be moving my little mini greenhouse from here, and hopefully this section of the garden which you see the greenhouse all the way down, I'm going to till. So hopefully I'll get a wee video tomorrow of me doing that as well. Right, so I'm going to try a little bit of tilling just in a small area. So obviously making sure that the wire is out of the way, so you're not going to be going over the top of that and cutting that. It's going to be kind of loud, and I've started it when I was trying it out, but the pressing, pushing this button here and pulling the trigger. So pulling the trigger on its own is not going to start it, but pushing the button and starting it will start it. So I'm only going to try it now. So here, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Right. I didn't cut the grass on the top of it. Probably that's what I should have done first. The tines are all totally caught up in grass. Gonna give it a unplug it, give it a quick scrub down, give it a wee wash, and then get back at it. I think it's jumping about quite a bit. I don't know if it's because it's catching stones or it's the grass but we'll give it a wee go anyway. So I'll be back in a wee bit for a bit more.